Do you think we're coming into recession? Anyone listening, do they believe we're coming into recession? I would love to hear what everyone thinks. We've got loads of questions coming in here, so we're going to have to fire through a few of them separately. Akil, are you finding that the tables are intermittently turning, and are we entering a buyer's market in the second half of 2022, opposed to what we've seen for the last 2.5 years, which has definitely been a seller's market? And we've also got Mark that's saying good evening. So good evening to you all. So let's just touch on Chris first of all. Not literally, that'd be weird. Let's talk about his comment. Michael.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Second half of the year, what are you expecting in Buckinghamshire?
Prices have adjusted, and I think we'll just see a sort of a level playing field for the rest of the year. I know there's a lot going on in the world, but there's not enough property. There's still a lot of buyers out there, and mortgage rates, albeit they've gone up, they're still good.
And any expectations on if there is some sort of global recession or UK recession? What's your expectation?
Yeah. Is there going to be a recession? All I can say, I can tell you what's going on in the world up here with houses. I know if it's on at the right price, it's selling straight away. I've got an asking price offer on a house that I posted on Facebook yesterday. It's the right money. I sold a flat yesterday at over asking price because it was on at the right money. But if they're overpriced though, which I think we've just got carried away with over the last 2 years, put a property on at any price and it will get it.
Yeah.
That's not happening anymore. I'm not a big fan of statistics, but I've got some stats in the sort of the Buckinghamshire area about that. But yeah, if it's too much money, nothing's happening on it. If it's the right money, there's people out there, quite a lot of them, and things are going.
So I would classify that as a good market. That's normally what we've seen over the last sort of 20 years. When properties go on at the right money, they're sold within the first 2 weeks, more often than not for asking price, or you mentioned a couple over. That's a good, solid market. That's like a 5-6% a year growth market. So that's quite interesting. Your feedback there. Andrew, what about yourself? What's your thoughts in and around the Slough area?
I don't think there'll be a recession anytime soon. I mean, we've survived one pandemic, one stamp duty holiday, 2 base rate increases, interest rates going up, and there's still people out there buying properties. So there's 4 reasons why people shouldn't have bought properties, and the housing market boomed during all of it. So I don't see why anything unforeseen now should change the housing market drastically in the next 6 to 12 months, personally.
Okay, interesting. Bob's reply to what I asked him to do. So thank you. We love these comments and we love these questions and we love people's thoughts on the market because it gives us topics to chat about. And from Bob's point of view, he kind of feels there's a real risk that interest rates will significantly go up. Affordability will be affected. And with a capital if the war doesn't end, then yes, a significant slowdown. And that's kind of Bob's take on, I guess, globally where we may be. I think really, really difficult one to obviously answer, which was his original question about recession. I think obviously inflation is very high. Cost of living is obviously very high at the moment. And if we look at inflation versus salary increases, in reality, people are getting paid less in the grand spectrum of things because inflation is above average salary rates. So people are earning the same money, but they're earning less, if that makes sense, because of the way of the spend. The only thing I'd say at the moment is, although there is a lot of talk around all of this negativity, I see more Deliveroo drivers than I've ever seen in my life. Every single restaurant is full every evening, every weekend. You can't get tickets to sporting events or to concerts or to anything socially because they're sold out faster than they've ever sold. Travel agents are busier than they've ever been in their lives, even with everything that's gone on. The cost of going on holiday is more expensive than it's ever been. And that's because of demand, along some other things. People have got more money than they've had previously because of furlough. And I think from a global economic standpoint, the data shows that we've had the same amount of value of the whole of the USA economy dumped onto the planet since the global pandemic extra. So we're a whole USA richer as a globe. So I don't know. I'm not with it on the property market impact. If we do go into recession, I don't feel that the property market will be impacted in the same way to what people potentially are talking about with a house price correction or potentially prices dropping. And the reason why is what both of you said, Michael and Andrew, that is that supply and demand dictates the housing market.